Flosstube. I am Christine and I'm like to welcome you to Stitching in the Burrow here on Flosstube, and I'm on Instagram as the same name as well. Today is October the 15th and this is Flosstube number 14. Today we're going to talk about some whips that I've done since my last Flosstube, as well as some new starts, some new acquisitions that I've had, the theme of the month. I don't think I showed you all the theme of the month for October. I don't think I showed you all of them, but I'm going to show what I have gone ahead and worked on during that time. And then probably after this, I'll also finish with part 5 of my whip parade. And I think I may actually have to do a part 6 because I think there's over 80 more projects or whips that I need to show, and I just think that that would be a lot to show in one video. So I think that I'll have to do another part to that, but you know, that's all good, right? You want to just sit through the whips. So, well, let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to start with Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, which is, you know, our favorite. And this one I finished out the month of September. I did a challenge with the Cross Stitch Studio, and it was to stitch on your project. The goal was to try to do it, you know, every night, what have you, but you had to do at least 13 photos, and it had to be a minimum of like 30 minutes or about 100 stitches. So I chose this project because I had wanted to get some more traction on getting it done. And I didn't do too bad. I did okay. I would have liked to have seen more get completed on it, but that's okay. They are doing another challenge for the month of November, and I have chosen a different piece of theirs to participate in that challenge with, but I will show that in one of my other Flosstubes. But this one, I am at 62.7% done. So this is where we are. I finished page 19, so there's 19 completed pages on here. I absolutely love doing this. Excuse me one moment, I have a notification on my phone. Sorry. Hopefully I'll get some more progress done on this as well, but I'm going to continue to try to work on it. The one thing you won't see in this Flosstube is Anne of Green Gables, because I did not do any work on that one since my last Flosstube, so that's okay. But we do have the other Anne of Green Gables. We just won't have the quick stitch. So the next one I want to show you is Anne of Green Gables, and this is my monochromatic piece, and it is done in DMC 824. When it's done, it's going to look like this. And this is the one that I try to put in 6 strands a day. I have not done very well at keeping up with that. Any stitching time that I've had, I've just kind of stitched on whatever I felt like stitching on, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I did stitch some more over here on the frame, just a little bit, but I want to go ahead and get this back out and get it worked on as well. I've had a couple people ask about this pattern, so maybe someone else is going to purchase it and would like to join me in stitching. That would be great. Just do a stitch along. I did work on this next piece. I spun my wheel just to see, you know, my decision wheel to see what I might stitch on, and it came up as Red Cardinals, and this is by Owl Forest Embroidery. So I went ahead and I worked on this. I'm over here, let me see, where am I? In the basket, I put in the 2 cardinals, and I think I started this little yellow star, leaf, star, whatever that is there. So this is on a piece of fabric by Bestitch Me. It's 18 count Aida and it's called Willow and it's by Bestitch Me Fabrics. And there you can see I did the 2 cardinals. And I have a little bit of that, the white post that was already done. But I did put in both of the birds and a little bit of that, I guess, star or snowflake, whatever that is. So this is fun to stitch on. I don't mind stitching on this. And we do have a stitch along on this. And I think this is Red Cardinal SAL, I believe is what it is. So if anybody wants to join in on that, you are more than welcome. This next piece is Anne of Green Gables, but this one is the, I think it was done in 3 parts by the Stitching Book Club. And it's created by Sapphire Mountain. I'm still up here in part 1. Katrina with Golden Trinket here on Flosstube, she has just completed all of this and her piece looks amazing. She has a fast stitcher. She's got fire on those needles. So mine, since you've last seen it, I have put in this greenery here and some of these flowers. So that's what I've done on it. This is a fun piece. I can't wait until I get down in here and stitch Anne. I think that's going to be fun. I'm also trying to create my own piece because I love Anne of Green Gables. There are some things that I have not found on certain patterns that I would like to have. So I'm trying to create my own piece. I do have the pattern maker on my computer that I can do. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but we'll see. You know, it may not work, but we'll see how it does. And as soon as I get done, I'm about halfway through creating it. I still have other things that I'd like to put on it. So as soon as we see, you know, what that looks like and I stitch it up, then I'll let you know. But our next one, I spun the wheel and it said that I could do a new start. So when I looked at the things that I had on my basket as potential new starts, this one called Tenderness of Heart, a Jane Austen sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery, jumped out at me. So I decided to work on this one. And now this one is going to be done on a piece of, I think it's Country Mocha. And it is with DMC thread number 814. And I am right here stitching this piece. And the fabric that I have is modeled on one side and plain on the other. So I chose the side with the modeling on it. So here's where I am. I just started this one yesterday. So that's stitched up pretty quick. I see if I work on this, I think it'll go fairly quickly. But I think it's going to look really nice. It was a toss-up between 814 and DMC 898. So myself, my husband, and my one daughter chose 814. The other daughter chose 898. So I spun my decision wheel again. That has the patterns that I can choose from for the month. And this one is by the Stitching Book Club also. And this is Jane Eyre. That happened to be the stitch for what came up. And I am over here. I was up here on the J and the A, and I think I'm working on the N. But then I jumped down here and I put in the roof of the house. So this one is fun to stitch as well. This one is on a, of course, the name of the fabric fell on the floor, but I'll tell you the fabric if you want to know. But it's a piece of fabric by Bestitch Me. I think it's like Morning Fog, I think is what it is. So this is where I am. Yeah, make sure I'm showing it to you right. It's 18 count fabric. I think it looks really good on it so far. I'm excited to stitch this piece. I kind of chose my decision wheel quite a bit this week or 2 weeks because I had a lot that I wanted to stitch on, and I was tired and busy, and I just didn't want to make any more decisions, honestly, so I let it do it for me. This next piece is by Artecy Designs. It's Christmas House 2, and this came up on my decision wheel. And I am up here where Santa is, and I've just started putting in the reins. That's going from Santa's hand. And let's see. I'm stitching on this one, and the closer we get to Christmas, the better I like it. So I'm not too far off from starting, I think, the first reindeer. So that'll be exciting because I believe, yeah, right after this right here comes the reindeer. And so I believe that reindeer will be coming out. Oh, let me get it right. Right about here. So I think it's going to start coming out with the reindeer. So that's exciting. And then who knows, I'll probably travel down the roof and get to somewhere in here where I can start doing this, you know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Or I might just go across and finish some sky. Who knows? This next piece I worked on again was through my decision wheel. It came up to work on this piece called Save the Bees, and this is by Stemxstitch. She has a Flosstube and she has an Etsy store with the same name, and so this is it. I don't know the color of the fabric that I have it done on. It's a piece of fabric that I believe I got. It may be something that I had purchased off Facebook Marketplace or what have you. But I finished, I guess, the little beehive or whatever you call that, and our bee skep or whatever it is. And the little bee, I told you before, I don't really like bees, so I don't really know all the names of it, but the little wings are missing on the bee and his little antennas. So I do think his little body is adorable. So I'm looking forward to stitching more on this. I think the choice of fabric color matches it. So like I said, she has an Etsy store, so if you haven't checked her out, by all means do so and go check out her Flosstube. This next piece was chosen. I am in a group by Full Coverage Fanatics. I'm sorry, I have another alarm going. Apparently. I'm in a group by Full Coverage Fanatics, and they choose the event for the month was to choose a pattern that had gray on it. So I chose this one by Heaven and Earth Designs. I've made some progress on it, not a lot. I am right in here. I skipped over to, and I'm coming down. I am trying to do part of the black and stuff in it so that I don't just, you know, neglect putting in the background and just jumping to, you know, all the fun stuff. But, and this one is right here. Okay. Right. I think I have to do it this way for you to be able to see it correctly and not make it like it's jumbled. Okay, so there you go. You can see where it comes down. And I'm still trying to work over here and get it done a little bit farther out. The next one for the month of November, I think I looked ahead and it's black. So I've already chosen my pattern for that one, and you'll see all that in the next Flosstube that I do. I think it's fun because it helps me to choose other patterns outside of my theme of the month, and helps me to get a little bit more stitched on them as well. So the next patterns that you are going to see is for the theme of the month, which is like autumn kind of fall type stuff. And this one was a freebie. Again, ignore the writing on it. This was a free pattern by Tilton Crafts called Thanksgiving. This one is done on a piece of 14 count Aida. I love the colors in this pattern. I think it's going to be beautiful when I get it finished and get it framed. And I don't think it looks bad on 14 count. I think it's looking pretty good. I worked more down in here along the side. You know, when I feel like I want to come over here and do a bunch of orange and yellow, I can come over here. But I was trying to get along the side done and maybe kind of go from the side over as well as coming down, you know, to get this one finished. It's an easy stitch. The pattern's very easy to read. So it won't be for this Thanksgiving. Maybe it'll be next year. I don't know. Let's see. Still kind of going round and round in my thoughts about, you know, what I want to do, if I want to do themes of the month or not next year. This next one is called Autumn in New England, and it is by Artecy Designs. I think the colors in this are absolutely stunning. I think this is going to be a beautiful piece when I get it framed. I have to get it finished first, right? I'm way ahead of myself. I already have it framed and hanging on my wall. There's not much done on this. I'm not sure I even worked on this one, honestly. But I'm getting confused a little bit on pieces. So if you've seen this, I'm sorry if there hasn't been any work done on it. I created, I think, what, 3 or 4 floss tubes last time between my whip braid and stuff. And I'm like, how many pieces did I show? Who did I show it to? No. I think I did a little bit of work on this one. Nothing really. And this is called An Abundance of Sunflowers. And it is by... Cariad Cross Stitch Design. I don't know. I think this one is done also on a 14 count piece of fabric. I went to my local L&S, the Country Cupboard, because I'm reaching about 1,000 subscribers on my channel. So I went there I had to pick up some floss for Mommy Kissing Santa Claus that I had run out of. And I went also to see about some giveaways that I could have when I reached that mark. And Beverly had just finished her first retreat. And so she had a really good time. I wasn't able to attend. I was sad that I wasn't able to. But I asked if she's going to be doing some future retreats, and she said that she may very well do one maybe in the spring. Just depends if she could get it together. But either way, whatever time she chooses, spring or fall, I think I'm going to try to go to that. That would be my first retreat that I've ever attended. You all make them look so much fun. You know, when you are going to them and recording them and putting them on your floss tube, it looks like you have a lot of fun, a lot of relaxing time, good time to meet people and talk to other individuals who have the same interest as you, who love to stitch. So I don't see how that could be in any way a bad thing. So hopefully when she gets that set up, maybe next year, I will be able to go ahead and attend that. So I'm looking forward to that. But I did choose some really, what I think are some nice giveaways. So we'll see. Very close to reaching that mark. I think we're like 25 subscribers away. So maybe we'll get it done before the week's end. Let's see. This next one that falls under the autumn theme is Clovis and Stanley by Stitching with the Housewives. And he only has his little head done. And again, I apologize if you've already seen this. I think I showed him in my whip parade. Wasn't sure if I showed him in my floss tube. I'm a little bit backwards, so if you haven't seen him or you've seen him before, here he is again for your enjoyment. I do know that I did work on this this next pattern. I spun my wheel, and this one was one that came up, and I spun it again because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to work on that. And it came up again, and I said, are you serious? And so I spun it again, and it came up a third time, and I said, well, I guess that's what I'm supposed to be working on. So, crinkle, crinkle, try to get it out of the paper. Okay. This is called Be Joyful Always by Diane Arthurs. It's called Imaginating Ink, I guess, is who put this pattern out. Book number 2603. This is on a piece of, I'm not even sure what kind of fabric this is. It's a very soft fabric. It makes me think of like a, maybe it's an even weave. I don't know. It makes me think of like a tablecloth or something. It's that kind of softness to it, or a napkin. I don't know. But here we are. I'm in the middle. Right there. Excuse me, that's the pumpkin. And those, oh my goodness, it's upside down. It's like, is that right? Yes, because those are the birds. They're just not outlined. There's one bird. Sorry, folks. It's been a long day. There's one little bird over here and one over here. He's not done on this side. But it would be in relation to the pattern. It's right here, these little birds. So I know they don't look like much right now because they're just honestly. So, but this came in like a package. It's like other colors. It had blue and like lilac, and it just says it's Aida, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it's just like regular Aida that you stitch on. So again, it's got a really soft kind of napkin-y type feeling to it. So this next one is Sunny Autumn Path by Artecy Design, and that falls in my monthly pattern. And this is where we are. I think this one is going to be beautiful as well. I think all of my patterns or all of my whips are going to be beautiful when they're stitched and they get ready to be framed. So it's kind of like, I want to stitch on this. I want to stitch on this. I love this one. It's just the theme I do, right? This next one is part of the theme for the month, and I know I've stitched on this one because I just wanted to. It was one of those nights when I just needed to stitch on something that was relaxing, and this one is, and this is called Sunflowers. It is a retired piece by the Cross Stitch Studio. I love this, the detail that's starting to come out in this. I mean, it's been coming out in it since I started stitching it, but it's just amazing when you step back and you look at it. It's just gorgeous. And it's not too big of a piece, so I love working on this one. But I love sunflowers, and I love all the colors that are in here, so that's probably why I like stitching on it. So that was my stitching that I managed to get done for the week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be. I haven't had a lot of stitching time, or if my eyes have been tired, then I haven't been able to really stitch. I did start another YouTube channel, so that's taken up a little bit of my time. That channel is for mental health, and it's called Becoming Holistically Whole. where I'm taking a look at, you know, everything that concerns us, from our mental health to our physical health and well-being, our spiritual, our social, and I'm trying to help where I can individuals who might be looking for some ways to help themselves. Maybe they can't afford to go to therapy right now. Maybe therapy is not something that they want to do. So I've created that channel as a way to not only motivate myself to do the things that uh, that we're talking about on there, because I feel like I need to do that as well, but also, just like I said, to help other individuals. And I have another alarm going off. Sorry. Must be the night for alarms tonight. So while I was at my local L&S, I impulsively purchased a piece of fabric. It's 16 count. Picture this plus fabric. It's Ada, and it's called Monster Mash. So look at that, guys. How exciting is this piece? I have no clue what I'm gonna stitch on this, but it's fun, right? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, if there's something that you have seen me hold up, or something that you think that would look really cute on this, let me know. I know Halloween is here. It's coming. So, you know, you think Halloween, but it is really, really cute. It's called a Fat Eighth is what this is. So, again, bought it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but here it is. So, and then along those lines, excuse me, I did receive my fabric of the month, and I think by now anybody who is in the Bestitch Me fabric of the month, you've already received yours. You're way past receiving it, so I don't think I could spoil this for anyone at this moment. But if you haven't received yours for some reason and you don't want to see it without, you know, me showing it to you, you want to see it when it comes in, please look away. But this is an 18 count Ada. This is the name of it. And this is what it looks like. How much fun is it's gonna be? I have no, I do. I have something I know I think I might stitch on this. But I can't tell you about that till we reach that milestone that we're trying to reach, because it's one of the things that I have set to give away. So then we can talk about it. As you know, I'm part of Shannon Christine Designs monthly pattern, like the monthly charts, and this one is the one that recently came out. It's called Pumpkin Trio. Cute picture. I think that's going to be fun to stitch. And you know, I have a little tree in my living room at my fireplace that I call, like, it's my all holiday tree. I know other people have it, and I thought, wow, this would be cute to stitch each one of these individually, and then I could use that for, you know, October for my tree. So pretty excited about that. And then another one that is out by the monthly subscription is called the Apple Sign. It says apples picked by you, and this is again Shannon Christine Design. I love being part of this monthly program that she has. I think her patterns are absolutely adorable. So, she just made a new one. If you go on her Facebook page, I think it's called I think it's got something to do with eggnog and latte, but it's really, really cute. So this one is by the Cross Stitch Studio, and I happen to, because I'm a monthly member of theirs, excuse me, you get a free pattern for your birthday, and I chose this one, and this is called In a World Full of Grinches. Now, I have a piece that they retired last year that has the Grinch's, like his hand and a Christmas ball on it, so I figured that this could be a companion piece to it. And who doesn't love Cindy Lou, right? So I think this is going to be fun to stitch. And then I could put them side by side. And there's not a lot on here. There's a lot of, you know, there's no background on it. And the one with the Grinch as well, there's no background. It's just his hand in the ball. So I think these would stitch up fairly quickly. I mean, I know still that they're bigger pieces, but it's not a Heaven and Earth Design full coverage where, you know, it's going to take you 4 years, or a Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. So, and because I'm a member of that group, this is one of the patterns that I chose that they had created as the monthly pattern. There's other ones, but I didn't choose all of them for the month because I knew that I wouldn't stitch them. So this one's called Autumn Rain. I don't think these are available right now to subscribe to, just like in their store. I think that this is for subscribers only. So that's part of the, you know, having that subscription. So I think that's going to be fun to stitch and really pretty. And then this is another one by the Cross Stitch Studio for the month that they created, and it's called Autumn Cottage. I like this. It looks homey. So I think that's going to be a fun stitch. I love the rocks going up the steps on this pattern. And just, you know, the color in the trees and stuff. Just looks like it says, come up here and sit on the porch and let's talk. Excited to stitch that. And then I have never, but I did, you know, when you do the challenge for the month, you not only, if you have the right number of pictures and stuff in your album, she offers you, Betsy offers you like a $5 off coupon towards your purchase. And I didn't know that your name is put in a drawing as well. And so I won, and I was able to choose whatever pattern I wanted. So this is one that was on my wish list. And this is by the Cross Stitch Studio, and it's called Holiday Chalkboard. I love this. I think this is going to be absolutely beautiful. Will it be fun to stitch? Do you see all that black? Now, I could probably do it on black fabric, but I've tried to do one of their other patterns that had a majority of black in the background. And I tried to do just the other parts and leave the black, and I got all confused. So I'm probably going to stitch all the black. And that is 112 skeins of black. So I hopped on Joann Fabrics and I ordered me some, the cones of 310. And then the rest of this is done in 3865. So that's like 46 or 60. Let me see. 44 skeins of 3865. That is going to be phenomenal to stitch. I think, actually I have a piece of fabric I bought at my local, that's why I was there. And I'm going to start this pattern. So these two, if I've already shown these, I'm sorry, but they were in my basket as not being shown yet. And this is by Shannon Christine Design, and this is part of the monthly membership, and this is called Pumpkins for Sale. It's going to be a cute one to stitch. And this one was in there as well as not being shown. So again, if you've already seen them, I'm sorry. But this is called Joy. Isn't she cute? She'd make a cute little, what is it called? Flat fold that you could stand up, or even a pillow. So however you want to go ahead and finish it. Let me see if I've told you everything here. Yes. Okay. think so. Okay. So plans going forward. I'm going to continue to stitch on all of those autumn pieces for the month as they come up. I'm going to try to make some progress on Mommy Kissing Santa Claus as well as my quick stitch Anne of Green Gables. I'm probably going to start the chalkboard one that I just showed you because I want to. I want to start on that pretty badly. I even bought 3 skeins of 310 when I was at my local M&S to start it. I have plenty of 310, but I just bought those until my cones come in. I believe it's the same thing, so it shouldn't have any, any bearing or difference on it. Yeah, I'll be back to show you the new theme of the month for November. I don't know what that is, honestly. I'll have to look. And you should see part 5 of my whip parade. I really think I'm going to break it into 2 parts because I think it's too much. There was 79 patterns that I know that I haven't shown, and then there is also some kits that I had started that I wanted to show, and there was something else. I don't recall what it was though, but I think that's too much. Someone had suggested with all of my patterns, I have about 8 or 9 binders that are like this thick full of patterns. They're separated into designers, so like the Cross Stitch Studio, Artecy Design, Heaven and Earth Design, Charting Creations, and then one is just like patterns by theme. So there's Christmas and Halloween and Memorial Day or 4th of July. So they said that I should show my patterns because there are so many. I don't have a problem with doing any of that. I'm fearful of showing a pattern that has been retired and then somebody wants to stitch it, because I feel bad when that happens. Someone recently asked me about the pattern in my whip parade called Giraffe Love, and that one is no longer, the Etsy store is no longer there, so you can't get it, and that makes me feel bad. But it's my whips, it's what I'm stitching, and I'd like to show it to you, but I also want you to be able to get it if you can. So yeah, that's about it for today, and I will see you probably in the next day or so with part of my whip parade. But for my regular Flosstube, I'll probably see you all back in about 2 weeks. Remember to take care of yourselves, and if we hit that mark, we'll have giveaways. Okay, I'll see you then.